Now, the biggest mistake that I see professionals making when they're relocating to Denver is picking a suburb that looks great online, but it ends up being the wrong fit. And then they end up regretting it because the commute eats into family time, the true cost of living is way higher than expected, and the daily lifestyle, well, it just doesn't match what they pictured. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 most common regrets that I hear from mid-career professionals and government workers who are moving to Denver. And then so this way, you can avoid them. Now I know how overwhelming it feels because I made the move myself. And now I help families and professionals every day who are relocating to West Denver. And they're looking at places like Littleton, Lakewood, Golden, and Arvada because they want to find the right balance between work, budget, and lifestyle. Okay, mistake number 1. Let's start with commutes because this is a regret that I hear constantly. Because on the map, the suburbs look around Denver, they look close, but here's the reality. What looks like a 25-minute drive on Google Maps, it can actually turn into 45 minutes or even an hour. Once you've added in the rush hour traffic, snow, or the mountain roads. So professionals with set schedules, government jobs, office hours, school pickups, that extra time, it really cuts into evenings at home. Now let's look at some examples in West Denver because Golden gives you that foothills lifestyle. But commuting into central Denver, it certainly can take much longer than it looks on paper. Now, Lakewood is closer in, and the light rail there can certainly add predictability. And if you don't want to drive in every day, you've got that option. Littleton offers a balance, more space, a small town feel, but traffic along Santa Fe or C470, it can certainly change the picture quickly. And even Arvada varies depending on what neighborhood you're in. Now, I had one client who thought that Golden was perfect. And for lifestyle, it certainly was. But once winter hit, their commute actually doubled. They told me later that they wish they had tested it out during rush hour before making the move. So just don't trust the map. Test your commute and the actual times that you're going to be driving, even virtually. So this way you'll know what your weekdays are going to really feel like. Okay, mistake number 2. The second big regret is underestimating the true cost of living. Now, a lot of people run the numbers based on only the mortgage, but that's only part of it because property taxes do vary by suburb. You've got HOAs that can add hundreds each month, and in the newer communities, you've got Metro District fees that get added right into your property tax bill. So that means your monthly payment could actually feel very different than what you originally expected. Then you've got those seasonal costs, heating in the winter, cooling in the summer, where your utilities here can swing quite a bit compared to the other states. And beyond the house itself, there's the lifestyle spending. Don't forget that. Dining out, coffee shops, local breweries, and those weekend restaurants. Now, many professionals tell me that those costs really surprise them. And it started to add up a lot faster than what they had planned. One family I worked with had budgeted perfectly for the home price. But once the utilities, HOA fees, and lifestyle costs hit, they felt like their $700,000 home was actually costing them closer to $750,000. So don't just calculate the mortgage. Look at the total monthly cost of living. Taxes, HOAs, Metro District, utilities, and your lifestyle. This way you can enjoy your new community without feeling stretched. Okay, mistake number 3. The third regret that I hear all the time is waiting until the very end to think about lifestyle fit. So here's what happens. People focus so much on the price or the commute that they move into a house and a few months later they may realize this neighborhood doesn't feel quite like home. So let's tie this to West Denver suburbs. Littleton has a traditional suburban feel, neighborhood schools, cul-de-sacs, and certainly plenty of trails. Great for predictability, but some professionals later realized that they wanted more restaurants or a little bit more entertainment options that were nearby. Now, Lakewood, it's mixed. Some areas are suburban, but closer to Colfax or Belmar, it feels more urban you've got shops and dining, and they're right at your fingertips. Golden, well, it certainly is amazing for outdoors, hiking, biking, mountain views every day. But the trade-off is cost and commute. And Arvada has a strong community feel with old town events and a vibrant downtown while still giving you that suburban options. And I had one couple who picked Lakewood because it certainly gave them the fastest commute. But a year later, they did admit to me that they missed that small town vibe that they would have had maybe in Littleton. So before you fall in love with a house, just think about your weeknights and your weekends. Do you want quick trail access, walkable coffee shops, or do you want a more urban feel? Or mountain views, even if it means a longer commute? And choosing a lifestyle first is certainly going to save you regret later. All right, so let's recap. Misjudging commutes, overlooking the full cost of living, putting lifestyle fit last. These are the three biggest regrets that I hear from mid-career professionals and government workers who are relocating to Denver. And you know what? They're all avoidable if you know what to look for. Now, I made this move myself, as I had mentioned, and now I guide people through it every day so that you don't have to learn these lessons the hard way. So if you're planning your move, I did create a Denver relocation guide. It's going to break down the commute times, housing costs, and lifestyle trade-offs that are across West Denver suburbs. And if you've already have your eye on a specific area, I also made relocation guides for each city: Littleton, Lakewood, Golden, and Arvada. Now, each one covers what to know before you move, commutes, costs, and what daily life really looks like there. And I'll pin all of those in the comments for you. And the next video to watch is right here, where I'm going to cover the best Denver suburbs for work and life balance, so that this way you can match your career and your lifestyle from the start. Now remember, life is short, live somewhere awesome, and be well. We'll see you next time.